Welcome, fight fans, to the Fighters Boys Kick-Ass Podcast.
Your Fight Talk Authority.
Not to mention the most entertaining and talked about podcast with your kick-ass host, Richard Ortiz.
You mad? Come at me, bro.
And his loyal kick-ass co-host, Senor Cole Escovedo.
Streaming live and worldwide.
Coming to you all the way live from a little place somewhere in Cali. The Fighters Boys Kick-Ass Podcast.
Yum. Fresno, California. We're live here in Mad Productions Studios here in Fresno, California. I want to give a shout out to our sponsor for today, Clorox. See this right here? Clorox bleach keeps everything virus free. It really does. I mean, it's not free, but it's virus free. Let me throw this over here.
Would you pay like $70 for that?
Actually, I got it on eBay for $69.69.
That's hilarious.
I did. We got a great show for you today. The simple fact that we're able to record live here in studio. Cole, let me tell you about our guest, our guest. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, the UFC veteran himself, Mr. Cole Escovedo, the Apache Kid. What's happening, my man?
Apocalypse? No.
Apocalypse. Huh?
No, it's just people are just getting weird, man. They're getting antsy. They're getting nervous.
They are getting weird.
The biggest thing I've noticed that people don't understand, though, is that what we've all been going through, like San Francisco, LA, slowly to the smaller cities.
Yeah.
These are processes to fire line breaks. This is the equivalent of a forest fire running out of control. It's like, look, we got to get ahead of it.
Got a computer on top of the screen.
This is just the steps in order. So people are like, oh, it's getting worse, Dude, it's just relax. This is just part of the steps that are needed in order to get ahead of that fire. Get ahead of that fire line. Make a fire line break so the fire runs out of fuel to burn on nothing but oxygen and dead trees that it burns down and then it's out of fuel. Otherwise, it just keeps jumping. And so that's what people are, they're worrying about. That's why I get, like, you saw that post, I was like, dude, stop sharing shit that's old. Like, the Walmart thing, years old. Fucking years old. It has nothing to do.
That was like Black Friday or something, man.
But it just has to do with business layoffs. It has nothing to do with what's going on right now.
Does it?
Oh, the mad low ocean.
Yeah, a little bit of technical difficulties, man, but we'll make it happen, man. This virus is already trying to attack us, but they can't attack us.
It just doesn't make sense. Like the panic, if people are just sending
you know what I would really want to hear is that's here in Fresno, California, but I want to take you deep. I want to take you down under actually, because our guest today is from Australia, Mr. Maydad Ronen. Ronen, welcome to the Fighters Voice Kick-Ass Podcast, my man. How we doing? I'm doing good too, my man. I mean, we could always be doing better. I don't think the mic's on. We could always be doing better. Talk to us about where you're living and how everything's going. First of all, welcome to the Fighters Voice Kick-Ass Podcast.
Richard, thank you for having me. And it's great to be part of it today on your show. I'm in Australia at the moment at Bondi Beach, Sydney, Australia, where I have my own boxing gym, and I've been running for the past 12 years. And I've been promoting fight shows ever since. I've promoted about 48 fight shows to this day, and just keeping busy, and just doing what I love doing, and it's been great. I mean, unfortunately, at the moment, we've got a bit of a hiccup with the coronavirus, and that's affecting a few things with fight promotions, and they're on hold and that. But apart from that, everything's going well, and I'm having a good time.
Cole, you hear my man. He's doing well. Man, my mic's blasting. He's doing well. I mean, and that's here in Australia. My mic's killing. Yeah. And that's in Australia. You turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, and they've probably been having their headaches over there too.
Well, you said a couple hiccups.
Yeah, and that's life as normal is always going to get interrupted.
Speed bump, man. Maydad, but you know what? The simple fact that you're on phone with me and it's 12 o'clock over there where you're at, I appreciate you calling in from Australia. Actually, noontime. From Australia, okay. And tell us about, man, an average day in Australia, man.
Oh, my average day, today it's nice and warm, but my average day, I usually wake up about 4:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I go down to the gym. I'm there by about 5 o'clock where I do my own stuff, and then I open up at 6 a.m. I run the gym and come back home for lunch, have a little rest, and go back to the gym till 9 o'clock at night. That's my average day, and apart from that, and being married to my lovely wife, who's originally from Fresno.
So that's the connection there, because you always visit Fresno, man. Tell us, when you come down from Australia, how does Fresno treat you? My mic's a little loud.
But Richard, share something with you. First and foremost, I really want to congratulate you and everybody at the Fighters Board for doing such a great job in broadcasting and just promoting and supporting boxing and MMA. I think the boxing community and MMA community in Fresno has benefited so much from your contribution and all your efforts here at the Fighters Board. But Linda's family living in my wife's family.
Let me just tell you, thank you. I appreciate that, those compliments. We have a great team here at the Fighter's Voice. I don't act alone. I got a great videographer, producer, co-host, and people. There's a lot of people behind the scenes on the Fighter's Voice. So I appreciate that, man. And I'll let you finish your story.
No, that's okay. Linda's family lives in Fresno, and I first came over to Fresno 9 years ago, and we bought a house finally over there, which I always set out to do, and eventually, we're looking at moving back over there and being together with the family. Every time I've been over there, and I just want to say something. I've had a great time over there, and if I could just share, for the past 9 years, I've been saying to people everywhere I've gone, Fresno is going to produce great 12-round fighters. And I'm not just talking about guys like Ramirez. When I was over there, when I first visited, I was training with Charles Tremblay, and he was preparing me for my second.
Charles Tremblay, he's been on the Fighter's Voice several times, from Fresno, California, and now residing in Riverside with Garcia's Boxing Academy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You've just told me something I wanted to say. Guys like Charles Tremblay. I was training with Charles when he first started out with Jose. Jose was still an amateur. He went to the London Olympics, and then he came back and turned pro. And then Jose's just gone on and done some amazing things. He's now a WBC champion and is a force to be reckoned with. Everybody knows Jose Ramirez, and he's done such great things. And Charles deserves a lot of credit for all the work that he's done with him. And not only with Jose, now he's working with Virgil Ortiz. He's worked alongside guys like Freddie Roach, and now he's moved on. He's working with Robert Garcia, we all know, and all the other great fighters. In Nicky Garcia's last fight, I know that Charles was helping him in preparation for the Vargas fight, and Nicky did a great job. So hats off to Charles for doing such a great job. I regard him as one of the best strength and conditioning and sport-specific coaches in the world today, and he's such a great asset to Fresno. But it's not just Charles. There's other people in Fresno that need to be commended. They probably don't know I'm going to mention their name, but there's a lady, the Cutwoman, Carol. We all know Carol SIRACUSA. In the past, most people in the corner in boxing itself have always been men working in the corner, and now you've got great Cutwoman like Angela Mitchell, who used to work Antonio Tarver's corner, a Cutwoman in Florida, and you've got Carol, and Carol's done such a great job in being a Cutwoman in the sport, and she's doing great things.
Carol works very hard. She's very passionate about what she does.
She's a great lady, yeah. But you don't have to be a teacher or a trainer to contribute to sport and have such a great asset such as yourself. With all the guys doing a great job at the Fighters Board. There's guys like Steve Tiller, I believe. He officiates all the amateur shows. Anytime we go to the local shows, he's there. He's always helping out with the kids, always helping out with the fights. He's a judge, a referee. He's officiating or giving his input or help in some way. And then Frank Alaman, he's always putting fight shows on. And, in order for anybody to do well in the sport, they need to be active. So we've got to keep the fighters active. And Frank has been doing that for a long time. And hats off to him as well,
Yeah, I'm looking at some pictures that we're posting right here. You and Floyd Mayweather Sr. And there's one that stands out, and I was posting that today, and that's with Roger Mayweather. And, our condolences to the entire Mayweather family. And those of you that don't know Roger, then you don't know shit about boxing. And I'm taking his famous quote that he said whenever they talked to him about boxing prospects. So I think that went ideal with that. He was a two-division world champion and a legendary trainer, and became, I don't like to use the word magic, but became the magic man with the mitts with Floyd Mayweather.
Roger is such a great guy, and I think he was so much misunderstood by people. When I first met Roger, I remember flying to Vegas, and I was there to visit Mary Owen and her husband Butch. She covers all the fights and the photographer and that. And I was at the gym, and I've got this on video, and I remember shadow boxing in front of the mirror, and Mary had gone over to Roger, and she'd said something to him like, I've got a friend over here from Australia, he's got his own gym, he's won a couple of world's masters titles with WBF and UBC and that, and it'd be good for you to meet you, he'd like to meet you, maybe you can do some meets and that. And Roger kind of stopped, and I could see him watching me shadow box in the mirror. Then I kind of stopped and looked at him, and he turned away, pretended that he wasn't watching me. Then about a few minutes would go by, and he'd come back and look at me again, and I was like, oh well. Then he walked over and kind of really surprised me. He said, come on, let's catch mitts together. And then the friendship began from there. And I think from then on, when I came back to Australia, I kept ringing him once a week, and we'd have all these conversations about boxing. And it was just it was such a good teacher or somebody to learn off, and just pick things up off. I always speak to him about boxing. I even got the opportunity to interview him. At the time, I was working for a martial arts and combat sports magazine out here in Australia part-time, so I was writing for them every 3 months.
What was the name of that? Let me cut you off right there, Maydad. What was the name of that magazine? I'm on ESCOVEDO, UFC veteran, who's my co-host right now. He's with us right now. What was the name of that magazine, man? I want you guys to mix it up a little bit.
To be honest with you, it was the martial arts. I forget the exact name because the guy that owned it, I think he shut it down and he went on to do something else. He had his fingers in all kind of businesses, and it was just too busy to keep it going, But he had it running for a long time. And,
was it Ultimate Athlete?
But I'll send you a copy or a link to it. I've got it somewhere in one of my folders. But what's the name? I got to interview guys like Lehman Brewster. Got to interview like Roger, of course, and Roberto Duran through his daughter, because his English wasn't that great, as you know. But Roger himself, like I remember specifically asking Roger the question, and who was, and I couldn't believe how humble Roger and how gracious he was, even in defeat when he lost to Chavez. But I asked him, who was the greatest fighter you fought and the toughest fighter you fought at all time? And the first guy said to me, he said, by far, Colonel Whitaker was incredible. It was the best. It was all the shenanigans and the fiascos, and in the weigh-in, in the press conferences, and even in the fight when he tried to pull my trunks down and all that other stuff. Colonel Whitaker was by far the greatest fighter I ever fought.
You know what? You know what, Maydad, hold on a second. You know what he did? Pernell Whitaker surprised him with his power in those angles, but Roger Mayweather had that right hand.
Yeah, Roger Mayweather throws the right hand like an old school fighter. He steps to his right, to his left when he throws it, and he punches what they call diagonal boxing. It's not what a lot of teachers teach today, but it's what guys like Canelo and these guys at a higher level have been starting to do in the last few years. But just getting back to what Roger was humble, and he said toughest guy was Chavez. And he told me why he was the toughest guy. Chavez, it wasn't just the type of guy that...
Are we talking about Shambe Mitchell?
No, Chavez.
Oh, Chavez. Yeah, Julio Cesar Chavez, yeah.
Chavez.
I'm sorry.
Chavez. When he had blood pressure, he'd fight on the inside. He would fight inside a fighter's hand, something that you don't see a lot of fighters do today. He would manhandle people by... tying them up with one hand and getting off with 3 left grips on the other. And if you couldn't do that, something wasn't working. You'd step on your foot, you just throw your concentration a little off balance, and then you'd get off.
Well, that's a veteran move right there, Maydad. Hey, Cole, those are veteran moves right there. Another fighter steps on his foot, slows him down, does what he has to do. Maybe pulls his hand down with his left jab and then throws the right. Those are all veteran moves there.
Falls into like the quote-unquote dirty boxing almost, but it's like it's part of boxing.
I spoke with Jeff Mayweather half an hour after I learned of his death, and I passed my condolence on to him, and it's sad. Boxing's lost another person too young, too gone, 58 years of age, and somebody who's contributed so much to boxing.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a part of boxing. I mean, he reinvented himself. Not too many fighters become great trainers. You got your couple fighters there. Freddie Roach was the most outstanding boxer, became a legendary trainer. But you got Robert Garcia, who was a world champion, and he's a Hall of Famer. And then you got fighters, it's tough for them to reinvent themselves and make that transition, whether it's MMA or boxing. And Roger Mayweather was one of the first to transition himself from a world champion to a world-class trainer.
But, there was other guys, other great teachers that weren't really, professional fighters. Like my teacher, Jimmy Williams, he's a guy that was 92 years old. He only passed over a year ago now. He passed away. Jimmy was trained the greats of like John the Beast Mugabe.
Yeah, John the Beast Mugabe, 25-0, 25 knockouts, fought Marvin Hagler, and they got knocked out in the 11th round. Hey, Maydad, let me cut you off just real quick. I got to ask you a question real quick, Maydad, and then I want your take on this. ESCOVEDO, we talked about off the air that some UFC shows were going to be canceled there. What does it do for the fighters and the promotion team and everybody behind it? And then I want to get your comments on this, Maydad. I just want to hear Cole say exactly what's going on in the world today, because it doesn't look like we're going to have the next UFC fight.
Yeah, I mean, they did that UFC Brazil with no spectators. So, I mean, they did that. Dana White tried to assure everybody, look, we're going to be having the event still. We're just going to find different locations, blah, blah, blah. And then he came out and said, never mind, they're scrapped. You can't do no spectator, no gate. You can't do a UFC level event with no gate. And I don't care what the pay-per-view is, you're not going to make that much. It'd be like, well, I saw a meme the other day, he's like, we're the largest pay-per-view in ever. And you say Ariel Helwani was like, well, yeah, but what was the gate? And he's just mad-faced. So, like, you're going to get that scenario. Yeah. So they canceled the next 3. I think they were all fight nights. One was in London, which for sure I knew was going to get canceled. And then you see this thing about Khabib's like, oh, well, we're going to do it in an arena with no people. It's like, no, you're fucking not. That is going to be one of the bigger fucking fights, tail end of your career right now, where you're on the peak of your career. You're on the tail end of almost getting to 30-0. Like, that's not going to just get snuck under the rug.
Possibly his toughest opponent.
I don't think so. Have you seen the press conferences with Tony Ferguson? That dude's off his fucking rocker, dude.
Of course, it's going to take somebody off their rocker to beat
Khabib. He's trying to be the entertaining guy and keep that fight entertaining, and he's fucking it up. But anyway, I don't think Ferguson's going to be his most dangerous opponent. I don't. Conor was supposed to be, and he failed. But anyway, they're going to cancel that event. It's not even going to happen.
I got my own take on that. It was later round fights.
That fight's not even going to happen. We will not see that fight next month.
Oh, well, it's probably not going to happen.
No.
Let me ask you this. Maydad, what big fights have been canceled in Australia? How much of an impact has it made that everybody's been frozen?
Well, look, in April, I believe the Costa Zoo was supposed to be fighting. Costa Zoo's son, Timothy Zoo, was supposed to be fighting Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn is the guy that beat Manny Pacquiao.
Wait, let me stop you there, Maydad. Jeff Horn was the guy that was awarded the victory over Manny Pacquiao.
Yes.
I mean, one of the judges was Stevie Wonder. The other one was one of the blind mice. There was no way that he beat Manny Pacquiao.
Sure. I agree with you, Richard. But, that's the guy I was talking about, and they're set to have the fight. They were set to have a fight in April, and apparently that's been cancelled. The situation here with the coronavirus is, that's what we're really talking about. Has affected a lot of things. They're looking at closing down schools. I was only listening to the news the other day. They're looking at closing down gyms. Any area that has a gathering of more than 500 people at the venue, like to promote fight nights and that, is all been brought down to a halt. And we had an MMA fight at our gym that was preparing for a fight for 8 weeks. Only to find out on the week of the fight that it was cancelled because of the situation. So it's affected everybody, and I believe it's going to get worse. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to fly over to the US. As you know, I fly over every year.
Yeah.
And I go to Vegas, I go to Florida for the Boxing Hall of Fame, I visit you guys and that. But apparently the government's saying they're going to close their doors until the end of the year because of the situation, until it gets better. And it is what it is. What can we do? We just got to do the best we can to provide a healthy environment for everybody and do the best we can to avoid anything spreading or anyone catching it,
Exactly. Hey, I got to ask you this, man. I never got any footage on Kostya Tszyu's son. That's Chris Tszyu, right? How is he as a puncher? Is he like his dad?
I don't think he's like his dad. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Timothy has skills. He's not as good as his dad. I'm just being just some personal view, but Tim has some skills. It's a 50-50 fight with Jeff Horn. It's a good time for Tim to fight him. And Jeff Horn, I don't know how many more fights he has left in him, but boxing is a sport where you've got to make the money when you can. You're not young for long, and you got to take it. And it's a perfect opportunity for both fighters to make a statement.
Exactly. And Jeff Horns, he's a tough dude, man. I got to see him fight in Las Vegas live against Bud Crawford. And that fight, he was putting up a good count on himself for the first couple of rounds. And let me just say something about Kasia Tszyu. There was actually a guy from Fresno. His name's Ernie Jaimes. He was the president of the Kasia Tszyu fan club. And Kasia Tszyu, I mean, this guy fought in a wide stance, legs wide, but man, he had punching power. Once he hit you, and yeah, you were doing some kind of dance. Remember when he hit Zab Judah?
That wide base, that's why,
Yeah, I do.
So tell us about some more prospects or some more up-and-comers you got in Australia, Maydad. I know you're working with some gems right there, and you're keeping them on the down low. Who could we be looking forward to that's going to hit the States?
Look, well, I think there's a boy called, and you probably know this guy, George Kambosos. He's set to fight Lee Shelby, and that's the world title eliminator. The winner of that fight, I believe, Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko.
Okay.
So he's a good young prospect. There's a couple other guys.
How about in the MMA world? Do you got any MMA fighters coming out of Australia that are getting ready to make an impact once they hit the States?
Oh, Whitaker has done well. He lost to Israeli, the guy from New Zealand.
Yeah.
But there's a couple other guys. There's another guy that I forget his name. He won the world title recently. What's his name? I forget his name. But sorry. But there's a couple of guys out there. But they're the main two guys that I can think of at the moment.
So how are you holding up, man? How are you holding up through all this? Because I know you're married to boxing. Besides your wife and your kids, I mean, you got a special place in your heart for the sweet science.
I've been blessed, man. Boxing is not a hobby for me. It's my life. I've made it my life. Everything. 23 years ago, when I was amateur, 25 years ago when I was amateur boxing, and I first got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and I had to give up boxing for 18 months. It was hard, and I got involved in competitive aerobics. I was fortunate enough to compete in aerobics, and I did really well. I competed at world-class level, even beat a couple of world champions and stuff like that. I missed boxing, and I finally came back to boxing and opened up my own gym. I felt like this is what I always wanted to do.
What's the name of your gym, Maydad? What's the name of your gym? Let's plug that.
My name of the gym, we're the original Bondi boxing gym. We've been situated at Bondi Road at Bondi Beach, and been there for 12 years. But, like I said, I've been promoting fight shows ever since. We've promoted about 48 fight shows. Then been involved in others abroad, at Pilates in New Zealand. And whenever I get a chance, I've always sponsored or helped out the kids in Fresno with Frank. And it's always been a pleasure doing that. But, boxing is something I live and breathe every day. It's a big part of my life, and it's been very therapeutic and very helpful for me. Very something that I love doing. Just can't see life without it.
No, I agree. I hear you, man. And what we got to do, because we're doing an injustice, aren't we, Cole? I mean, this guy's all the way in Australia. He visits Fresno. He has to stop by the Fighter's Voice studio, man. We got to get you in studio, because some of the audio, it's just a little a tad off. We got to bring you here in Fresno. Once you're here in Fresno, even if we got to wait a year, I don't care. We got to get you on the whole show. Do a little maybe I don't know, some videotaping as soon as you get off that plane. I'll have my man KP follow you around. You can tell us about your stay in Fresno and the impact in Fresno's making on you. We got to get you in studio, my man.
Richard, that would be awesome. The whole experience since visiting Fresno. I remember the first time I visited LA in 2002. You know, when I first met Linda through Lehman Brewster's family, because I was staying with his cousins and that. And then the journey from there to go to Fresno and then to Florida, and it's just been an incredible experience. And you know, I will say something. You know, I'm one of those people. I like to learn off everybody. You know, I try every time I come to America. I'll travel different states and train with some of the best minds and just pick their brain just to be able to, you know, get knowledge. You know, the knowledge is power in the sport that with you know, this boxing game. You know, and you know, this is something that I thrive on. Just more knowledge. And you know, I've been fortunate enough to learn from a great teacher in Jimmy Williams, who unfortunately passed away not so long ago at 92 years of age. You know, he trained, as I said before, he trained the greats like Antonio Tarver, what's him called, Joey Gamage.
Joey Gamage, man, tough guy. Antonio Tarver, met him in Las Vegas, man, and he actually, we're supposed to have his son on the show. You know, I gotta interrupt real quick. Cole ESCOVEDO has been itching to ask you this question since the show started, man. I'm gonna let him ask you his question because, I mean, he's actually been thinking about moving to Australia. Cole, go for it, man.
How aggressive are the kangaroos?
Did you hear that, Maydad?
Hello, I can't hear. No, I couldn't hear. Can you say that again, please?
How aggressive are the kangaroos there?
I couldn't hear.
He said, how aggressive are the kangaroos there?
You've been watching too many made-up stories. Look, kangaroos are cool. The kangaroos are cool. They don't harm anybody unless you go and, you know, push them and poke a stick at them or.
Yeah, I imagine if you screw with them.
You know, they're not going to do anything. It's like, you know, it's like anything. You know.
Nice.
Kangaroos are fine. I'm surprised you asked me that question.
Me too. Me too.
Well, you've been itching all day, man, because, I mean, you've been saying those guys are, you know, put them in the ring, make some money. Those are the top contenders because they let those hands go.
Yeah.
Maydad, I'm sorry, man, we're short on time, man. Let me know what's on your mind. What do you want to say to Fresno? And what has Fresno done for you?
Look, just Fresno, look, first of all, you know, I just want to thank you know, guys like Brian Williams have always made me feel welcome. You know, even Repo Rick, I've got mad love for Repo Rick, the hype man. You know,
you're global, bro. You're global, Repo.
Everybody that's, you know, ever showing love to me, you know, in Fresno, you know, and look, it's just, you know, I miss everybody, and I look forward to being back there again and visiting you guys. Like I said, Fresno will produce lots of 12-round fighters, and it's not just Jose. I mean, you just got to look at guys like Mark Castro and a lot of the other guys coming through. It's only a matter of time, you know, and yeah, it's exciting times for Fresno.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, man, appreciate you having you on the show, man. And, you know, we got to fix those technical difficulties, man, because it's kind of hard to hear coming in. It's kind of delayed. We got to get you in the studio, man. And send me that video we talked about. I want to pop this logo on there, and I want some more content. And I'll be pushing that out for you, my man.
Thank you very much, Richard. All the best to everybody. Great being on your show.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, Ronen.
Thanks, my man.
Take care, guys. Thumbs up for Richie.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. My man, I mean, the guy is just full of zeal, man. And you know, I wish we had some. We can pick him up a little better because he definitely has some stories to tell. It's just,
I would imagine.
The audio is just kind of off the wall.
Well, it's probably coming out of the bottom of the phone if you want to slide it up a little more.
You think that's what it is?
Couldn't hurt.
Hey, Zoila, sorry I missed your call. I was wrestling with Cole.
Wow. Don't be telling her that shit, dude. Don't be telling her that, dude.
We were actually driving to the freaking studio. I don't know why I didn't read your message right, so whatever. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Okay, when you get to the front door, just give us a call then. Which was a surprise.
Oh. So you guys are there?
Yes, we are.
Oh. So we should go back. We should go that way then. Because we just got to pull over like, oh shit, I don't know.
You want to just pull over?
No, I mean we can go. We can go there. I mean, that's fine. We're actually on Shaw.
We're not on Sean anymore.
Well,
we're actually a whiles away from where you're at.
Yeah,
right now.
we are. I sent you the address with that.
What was that?
We're in the ghetto right now.
Yeah, we are. We're about.
Okay, where are you guys?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take the headset off real quick. Tell us about who's gonna win, man. No, I sent a text because we're now at.
No, but like I was saying earlier, guys, we were talking about that UFC 249 coming up. I honestly don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't. I'm not even worried about someone getting hurt at this point. I'm more worried about like the event even happening, because like I said, we got to go through stages, and time is the biggest question mark right now. Is like, how long is this all gonna take? Everyone keeps hearing, both sides of the coin as far as like what's gonna happen, what's happening, what's not happening, what's gonna happen, what people think are gonna happen, and it's the biggest problem I've seen with that is just people just fanning the fire with bullshit fuel, like just throwing unnecessary fuel on an already like blazing fire, just like, oh, I'm just gonna go and do whatever I want. It's like, dude, like, even if you don't agree with it, man, like, come on, have a little common sense. Like, even if it were just like a regular flu, like, all you're doing is like, you're going out to like ask to be infected with it just so you can bring it back to the people around you that didn't have it. So like, just think of it from that perspective is what I'm saying. So like, the sooner we do that and the sooner we all get on the same page about that, the sooner our chances and better our chances are of getting over this as quickly as possible. But just, be cool, find stuff to do indoors. They did it for years. They did it for decades, and the problem with that is that people are so used to iPads, technology, TV, phones and stuff that it's just like, we're too socially tied with electronics.
Yeah, we are. We're spoiled.
That I don't think people know how to like live without that.
Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce our guest today because everything that's going on, Zoila Frausto and Stephanie Frausto. They're kind of here in studio / outside of studio, but nevertheless, they're here.
They're outside a studio.
Voice. How's everything going?
Hey, I'm quarantined in our car.
Where you guys parked at?
Things are good. We are parked in the Whole Foods.
In the handicap?
Garden.
Handicap parking?
No,
Oh, Mike's
no,
loud.
No, we're not handicapped. We're good.
Okay, just making sure,
We're in a
man.
safe place. There you go.
In a safe place.
Issues don't count, I guess.
I imagine with both of them in the car, anywhere they park is a safe place. Like, I
Yeah.
really don't imagine too many people fucking with them.
Yeah.
Who's going to walk in for an ass kicking?
We are. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Let me stop you real quick, Zoila. Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the podcast is sponsored by Zoila's Frausto Tax Services in Madera, California. If you have not had your taxes done, go to Zoila Frausto's Tax Service, best tax service in the Valley, in California. I mean, you'll get it done in no time, and everything will be coming your way as far as what you're entitled to. That's Zoila Frausto's Tax Services, Madera, California. Enough said. How we doing, ladies?
Good, but my mom's gonna be mad because that's not her last name.
Then what? Oh, it's not. So I got an ass kicking coming?
It's been for like 20 years, man.
You know what? That's the first time I did say Fraustos. It's because I have you on there, and I was trying to write everything right when you said the Frausto sisters.
She gonna mess you up, dude.
So it's Zoila's Tax Service in Madera, California.
Yeah, it's just Zoila's Tax Service, yeah. With a Y.
Hey, you don't got to put me on blast like that. You can do that like, text it and say that's not my mom's last name. What is your mom's last name?
Take it back. Let me text you.
Yeah, here we go.
Take two.
It could only get better, huh?
I guess, man. That's what I say on my dates.
Her name was actually April.
April.
No, she's kidding.
Oh, okay. Okay. So how's everything going, ladies? You're in Madera now, right?
We are. We are with our family. I'm working and with my mom at the moment, and we just wanted to be around them because San Francisco, that area didn't really feel safe, so we came out here.
Shit keeps going the way it's going. Ain't no one gonna fucking feel safe real soon. The mountains are gonna feel safe.
Oh, man.
We had a shelter in place on Monday. Yeah. And here it happens a couple of days later. Yeah.
Man, Stephanie, are you helping out your mom too with the taxes?
I'm helping out with the kids. I'm a daycare geek.
Oh, daycare. You got daycare now.
Nini's daycare service?
Will be. But we have a bunch of nieces that are not nieces. We do have nieces, but we have one niece there and a bunch of nephews. So, yeah.
But it's like
and
a
she's
zoo.
good with kids. She teaches kids, so she's good.
I bet it's like a zoo right now.
They go learn today.
I got two.
Oh, you gonna learn, Trey.
I got two littles. At my pad, and I haven't had littles in a long time.
No?
No, dude, I got 17-year-olds, so I got littles on my pad right now, and
Oh, do you?
It's different, bro. You got to be very creative.
Oh, it is. You gotta hide
always
your
gotta-
shit.
No, you just always got to have like a new game to play, or
okay.
It's like, what are we doing now?
Entertaining.
Yeah, you really find and like I said, that's a big problem that people are going to run into. They're so used to the TV being the babysitter or them being at work. So you have all these people now that are like, I don't know what to do with my kids. Just do stuff
bro,
with
I'm
them.
always watching the pictures that Zoila is posting, and you're gonna be a great mom when that day comes. Cause I see you always embracing and always smiling with your little niece there.
Yeah, I love kids, man. I eventually want one, but
I want to see what happens when she's got a duty diaper around.
We'll see. Hopefully I'm not 40 by the time that happens. We'll see.
Whoa! You heard it, gentlemen. You have a time frame in which she wishes to operate on.
Yes.
Go.
Know this going in.
Dude, for a long time, for a long time, I was actually not long. Ever since I got divorced, I figured I probably should have said that. But ever since then, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna find anybody like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and go to one of those places and pick and choose, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I don't need a man. I'll go with that one. All right, good. Let's go.
All right,
be
so
surprised.
you had your chance, gentlemen. She is going to go the artificial route now. You had your chance. I gave you an opportunity, guys. I gave you. Well, what are you right now? 31? 32?
Okay, thanks. That's sweet. Thanks. No, 28.
Oh, see, you got tons of time then. Well, I was thinking you were like worried. You're like, I want to do this before I'm 41. It's like she's like thinks it's right around the corner or something. She got over a decade. Like, okay, you have time again, guys. Never mind.
Yeah, no, actually I'm 36. Am I 36? Yeah, I'm 36.
Oh, see, that's when you know, when you can't even remember. Like, I forget sometimes. I'm going to be 39 this year, and I'm...
Damn!
Yeah, that's what I said. I woke up and said, where the fuck did my life go?
Hey, it's barely beginning,
Dude, that's
man.
exactly how I feel.
It's
Like,
okay.
ever since I hit 30, I just counted the years. I'm like, you know what? It don't even matter anymore. Until, like, I fight and they put the number on there on the screen.
Ha, right? And you just look up and you're like, wait a minute, did they do the math wrong?
When you were asking how old, I was going to say, look at the fight program. That's what I was gonna say. But they lie on that too with height and stuff. Come on now.
True.
Yeah.
They
True.
do.
I've asked them to make me 6 foot tall before.
It can happen.
Yeah.
It can
You
happen.
laugh, you laugh, but it was some rinky dinky like Midwest promotion, and I was like, they were asking my stuff, and I wrote 6 foot tall, and they looked at me, they were like, bro, you're not 6 foot tall, and I was like, just put it to fuck with people, and they put it, and there's like standing 6 feet tall, and people were like, what?
Speaking about height, okay, now I'm not here to get my ass kicked at all. Hey, Stephanie, how tall are you?
5'7".
5'2". They've never lied about my height.
Oh, 5 foot?
5'2".
5'2", a badass.
Yeah.
The 2 inches is very
Hey.
important.
Oh, it is.
It varies in
It gives you that leverage you need.
I have a really long reach. Yeah.
Jeez. Could you imagine what a double date with these two would be like?
Shit, it's happening now.
Jesus Christ, that would be like one of the most nerve-wracking things. Like they laugh, and then they stop, and you're like,
it's
"Whoa, dude, what'd
happening
you
now.
say?" I don't know. Have you guys ever done that? Have you guys ever
See,
had double
some
dates?
you have some potential dates listening right now, and they're saying,
Right?
fuck that shit. I mean, they're just hearing stuff go back and forth.
Have you guys ever done that? Have you guys ever gone on like a double date as sisters? Like that just seems like it would be fun. Like you get to go and make fun of the guys after.
It got to be fun, entertaining, man.
Not on purpose. An accident.
Okay.
Like, I think it is. Is this a double date? I think this is.
That's
He
how.
doesn't
That's
know
how,
yet.
by an accidental double date. That's the guys
There
would
it
be
is.
surprised to find that out.
I don't think he knows that he wants to be with me, but he's gonna be with me. So yeah, it's a double date.
Oh, that poor bastard.
There you
That
go.
poor bastard has no idea what he's in for. She's like, we're dating. You just don't know we're dating, but we're dating. So stop looking at her. Be like, looking at who? Looking at her. It's the waitress.
It can it can happen. You know what, ladies? Thank you very much for giving Cole this smile, man. I mean, he just gave me a mad dog freaking look a little while ago.
Man,
he was looking through me.
Dude,
damn, Cole.
I got like this.
I had to change it, man.
I've got like this criteria that I'm comfortable with right now.
I know. No, I hear you, man. I hear you.
No, it's I don't know. Hey, so speaking of all the bullshit that's going on,
look at that picture we got up there.
I was gonna say, speaking of that.
I don't see the picture.
Yeah, I know you guys can't see it. I don't know why I paused if you guys can see the picture.
You can at least subscribe and you'll see all the pictures you want, sweetie. They're all on there right now.
I was going to ask, which have either of you been affected yet as far as promotions, canceling events, or anything of that nature? Has that disrupted your guys' plans for like the next 3 months as far as what you were starting to get ready for or anything?
Oh man, do you want me to get into this right now?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we hit a nerve.
Drop it.
So, you know the promotion that I was signed with, right? Was
okay.
That's what it was.
Yes, I remember the organization you were signed with.
I had 6 fights. I don't want to be like completely negative towards them because they did treat me right when I was able to fight for them. But they've had a lot of issues after that Tito and Alberto fight. So from what I heard, there was a huge budget issue and they couldn't fight me. So they scheduled me for 6 fights. 6 fights in a row. That something continued to happen every single time. I was supposed to fight in October in Texas. I was supposed to fight in November in Fresno, December in Stockton, January Puerto Rico, February in Fresno, and then just recently, the last one was in where was it? No, not Arizona. It was supposed to be in Texas.
Texas,
again.
yeah.
So 6. And I had talked to him after that first fight, and I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like, you guys are killing me. Like, this is my livelihood.
Yeah, you're getting ready. You're getting fight camps for a fight that never happens.
Yeah. Exactly, and I spend a lot of money on these camps, and I put a lot of time and effort into it, and for me to be dishing out money and not making any money, and for something to always happen, it was just kind of like, I can't do this, you know? So before this last fight that was going to happen in Texas, I was like, I'm going to need a release if this doesn't happen because I'm not making any money with you guys. Like,
I could be taking fights elsewhere. Well, have you guys thought about maybe not necessarily a contract and just going to a we'll sign you when we need you kind of thing? That way you have the ability to fight for anyone else.
And that's kind of exactly where I am right now. I was like, you know what, I asked for a release and gave it to me just recently, like a few days ago. And after that last fight fell through, and I was like, you know what, I can't keep doing this. But now it's like, I was scheduled for Glory in Miami on May 29th, but they canceled that too. They canceled Amsterdam, they canceled Glory in Miami.
Scott pulled the plug on everything.
Dude, like, it's going to make possibly a year until I fight, and I'm like, and I didn't give myself too many more years to fight, so I'm in a spot where it's kind of like, dude, I've been ready to fight. My weight has been lower than it's ever been my entire career.
Yeah, it has.
And six fight camp, you know, and it's just frustrating. It's been so frustrating. And I'm in the best shape, you know. I'm not getting any younger, but I've been in the best
you found the right rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, everything was working out, and everything was good, but it was just like fight after fight after fight, something or another, and then I come to find out that, you know, it could have been the budget, it was this, it was that, girls don't want to fight you, and I'm like, that can't be it, because I know a lot of girls that want to fight me.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was just weird, and I loved working with them. They were good to work with when I was fighting, but you know, this is my livelihood. This is what I do to actually survive too. And
that can happen with any promotion that you've signed long multi-fight deals with, and that's been one of my things with long multi-fight contracts. It's like you always see a lot of guys with like 3-fight contracts, 3-4 fight contracts. It's easier to get those 3 or 4 fights in for you, and then your performance gives you that negotiating power, or gives them the negotiating power if you haven't been doing well.
Yeah.
But 6 is a lot. It's hard to fill in a lot of 6. I imagine you've only gotten like what, 3 out of the 6 then?
No, I got 1 out of the 5 in.
Oh, dude. Yeah, see, that's hard. You gotta look out for your own pocketbook at some time.
Bro, she was in several training camps, and there was a lot of people asking.
Fights would fall through.
It got to the end, to the point where I said, I really don't know. I'm not even going to text and ask, because Zoila is one of the few fighters that I would talk to, and you would know leading up to fight camp, the whole attitude changes, the whole demeanor changes, and like I always said, Cole, she was 100% professional when it comes to that. She didn't care about media, she didn't care about pictures, those obligations in her life, but her training was her training.
Yeah, and I'm sure if they offered her a fight, she'd be open to it. But it's like any promotion. Any promotion can have that happen. But it is hard with a multi-fight contract.
Well, I mean, a lot of it's not just training. It's the cutting of weight. I mean, she's been fight ready for a while now.
And you're locked up. I mean, 6 fights is a long thing. Even with the UFC, when they cut you loose, they're like, hey, we reserve the right for 2 years. If you're going to take a fight, you got to call us and say, hey, I'm taking this fight. And they may say, oh, well, we want to use you. Yeah. So they reserve that right.
Zoila, do you have a manager?
I'm still with Iridium Sports Agency right now. So Jason and Jeremy, I've been with them for a while. But you know, like at this point, it's just kind of like wherever I can fight, man. Like, I mean, I still want to get paid because I'm worth more than what a lot of promotions are willing to offer. But
have you been hitting up Shannon over at Invicta?
Right now. I'm sorry?
Have you been talking to Shannon over at Invicta at all?
Oh, no. I haven't in a while. The last time they offered me a fight, they were trying to pay me what I got paid my pro debut, and that's not going to fly with me, man. Like,
yeah, I can understand that.
To be getting paid, like, when I left them, I was getting paid a lot of money. Pretty much the same amount that I was making with Phagnasay. And for them to offer me, like a fifth of what I was making then, it was kind of like,
that's a huge step backwards, yeah.
What I'm worth. And if I'm not getting at least what I'm worth, I'm like, nah, I'm good, I'll pass. Like,
well, yeah, why go get punched in the face unless you're getting what you feel you're worth? No, agreed.
Yeah. Well, the last time I talked to somebody, one of their reps, he was he talked about having you both on the same card, and I've heard that before, and that would just be outstanding. I mean, Fresno was waiting for that. Everybody was waiting for that. San Jose, Madera, everybody was waiting for that to happen. And Stephanie, I want to ask you. No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, we were actually supposed to fight in the Fresno card when Stephanie fought the first time, and the Fresno card the Stephanie fought the second time. So it was kind of like it would have been a perfect situation, but it just
Fresno.
It never happened. It's just weird.
Yeah. You know, well, the last time you guys fought on the same card, what was it, Strike Force in Fresno?
No, it was not for Strike Force. No,
it was like Bellator,
Tachi Palace. It was kickboxing.
Yeah, it was kickboxing.
Kickboxing, like 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was kickboxing at the Palace. That was the last time they both fought on the same card. Yeah.
Well, why didn't you tell me that before I asked that fucking question?
I didn't even think about it till now because I wasn't thinking kickboxing. I was stuck on just thinking where MMA have they fought because that's the last thing I've seen them doing is MMA.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question that'll loosen things up. Okay, I've been wanting to ask you this right here since we're going back and forth on that text back and forth. Who's more Mexican, Stephanie or Zoila?
More Mexican?
Yeah, who's more? I'm talking about tortilla Mexican. I mean the real beans Mexican, or you know what? Hey, after I wore it, let's take it back, or hey, let's reuse our piñata. Who's more Mexican?
Hello, FCC.
Mexican, damn.
See? Oh,
I think I'm more Mexican because Zora's always making fun of me how Mexican I am sometimes.
There you go.
I don't see.
You know, Zoila does kind of have a white girl vibe to her.
But I'm looking at the pictures, and Stephanie's right there with the American flag, and Zoila's with the Mexican flag.
I don't know. Zoila's got kind of like a Spring Valley High.
Oh, there you go with both.
Type like chick sometimes. Like I've seen her act in public. Like it's like, yeah.
Okay.
Like the popular girl at high school.
Okay. Yeah. So Stephanie's more Mexicana. I mean, she's more like would be the one to get invited to a quinceañera and show up.
At the sake of getting myself beat up, I guess.
Pizza. I had pizza. She did it.
Oh. Okay. She said I had a quince.
I actually wanted to have a quinceañera. She didn't want to have one. She didn't want to have one, so it didn't let me have it.
Wow.
Oh, she didn't want to have us.
Zoila passed it up, huh?
No, she got one, but she didn't want one.
Oh, okay.
But Stephanie wanted one.
Mexican. We are both equally Mexican.
Okay, I just wanted to bring some fun to the show.
We both claim it. We both claim being. I mean, we're both Mexican. We're Mexican Americans. I mean, we weren't born there.
There you go.
We know that.
See what you started, Cole, with
you tripped her up with that question so hard. Cole. You tripped her up so hard with that question. That's right up there with the kangaroo question.
More American than the Mexican.
Wow, yeah. I think we have a winner. I think we have a winner.
We do. Which one of you would be the first? Which one of you sisters would be the first one to want to buy a Chihuahua?
Oh hell!
She said, "Oh,
hell no."
Oh man, I better change the subject, man. Change the subject, man. No, you know what? I hope you get your fight pretty soon because you're about to kick somebody in the ass, especially if.
Dude.
Yeah, I think you're ready. I know you're ready.
Man, I've been ready, man. Ready.
So, Stephanie, I mean, you got some limelight like crazy that night in Fresno, California. I mean, you had people rocking your shirts. People were saying, and I never really do this, "Hey, Richard, if you know her, can you bring her this way?" And I never do that, but this particular time I did. I mean, people wanted to meet you, take your pictures. How did that make you feel?
Well, that was the most that people actually, like, flocked to me in any fight. And in Fresno, the first time I fought for them, like, people were booing me when I won. But this time, like, people were really excited, which kind of made me excited. And I was like, I've never experienced this. Is this what Zoila feels like when she fights? But, I mean, that was the most that people came up to me. And then, you know, had you know, send people to me to take pictures with me. And I mean, it felt good. Even after the win, all of that was really nice thing to experience.
It's just not the goal. Like, that doesn't sound like that's like her goal when she steps in there, is that aspect.
Well,
of
I tell you what, when they announced the winner and they said from Madera, California, I mean,
place went nuts.
It sounded like everybody was from Madera.
Right?
It just blew up in there.
Dude. Every time.
Because they had put Dublin on there when I saw the lineup. I was like, I live in Dublin, but I'm from Madeira. Can you please change that? Yeah. Like, again? Yeah, people get mad, man, when you do that. I didn't. I told you. Yeah.
It erupted in there. I mean,
no, yeah, every time.
And you know what? I was one, honestly, because when we talked about, I talked to a certain representative there from Combate Americas, and you were there, Cole. I said, well, why not make Stephanie the headliner next time? Remember I said that in the summertime?
Keep everybody around in the room.
Exactly. Keep them all there in the room.
Keep them all there, make it look good for TV and stuff.
Yeah.
Did they move you around on this last card? I could have swore they changed the lineup for a couple of the fights on that card. And they do that on the fly sometimes. Organizations will do that. It sounds about right.
We were because they had her as the co-main, but they switched over for boobies. I was like, come on, man, you're gonna put a 0-1 and 1-0 and a bunch of titties on the main card.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't the only one who noticed that, because I noticed that and I was like, I see what I could see where their backing was, so to speak.
I want to hear her say that.
Dude, that pissed me off. Stephanie's not going to talk too much about it, but you'll hear from me for sure.
No, yeah, I kind of expected that.
I'm used to stuff like that, but I mean, that's all around. Yeah. And it is really unfortunate that
Flavor of the month,
girls who would show more or enhance things to get
somebody who is more willing to play the sexuality role of the part of a fighter than actual fighter, kind of, so to speak, I guess.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't really like to go that route, especially from past experiences, just being taken advantage of, even when I'm not trying to be like that. Yeah. So I'm like really not for that. Well, I don't like to.
I will say
I'm
this.
A fighter, I don't like to I don't know.
You don't like to be
we're more
monopolized.
About respect. And there's a lot of girls that are all for the attention in the sport and to get ahead, and they get ahead. They're doing a lot of shit like that. We're not about that type of lifestyle. We're not about that type. Like we that's not us. Like, we fight and we command respect and we earn it, and we're not going out there and showing tits and ass and doing all this extra shit that these girls are doing to make an extra dollars, get an extra like, and they get on a fucking main card. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's some bullshit. You have a world champion, Stephanie's a world champion, a WBC, the green belt, weight champion, and you're gonna put her undercard? Are you fucking kidding me? Against the girl with the winning record? Well, like, dude.
So
let her go.
I saw the same thing, and it did puzzle me. Now, here's the thing: it only puzzled me because of that chick's record. If she had a better record than that, I would have been like, okay, I can see they're trying to make a move here. But with her record the way it was, I was looking at that going,
You think half those motherfuckers cared about her record?
Exactly, and that's the problem.
They didn't.
That's the problem.
They didn't. But who was the most well-rounded fighter that evening?
It wasn't her.
Stephanie Marie from
Who in the fuck throws a left, right, and then a right to the knee?
Right?
And a right to the ribs using your knee. I mean, Pobrecita, man. I mean, she didn't know what to do when you were just hitting her with all kinds of crazy shit. And no, I agree with you. When you have that green bout, you need to defend it and be treated accordingly. I will say that.
Yeah, it was beautiful, but it was beautiful in a way that it needed to be in a sport. Not beautiful in a way that where, you have a bunch of titties bouncing around and getting his ass beat. That's completely different than what Stephanie showed. And it showed, like, come on, man. Like, she's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. How many other girls on that card, how many other guys on that card are black belt in jiu-jitsu? She's been in this sport for over a decade. She is a Muay champion. Like, she's well-rounded. How are you going to put her on the fucking undercard?
Are you sure you're not her manager?
I was about to say that right now. Let that go. Let that marinate, because this is where it's going.
I was like,
that's going to be her PR. That's going to be her advisor. And in this place, am I my brother's keeper? Am I my sister's keeper? Yes, you are.
She is fired. She said she is so fired up
Okay, you
about
hear
this.
Zoila right now? See, that's the shit that's coming out. That's her mom's shit. Because her mom's OG, bro. I already got it and already know. Because her mom's the real badass of the three. She really is.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's coming out.
I can only imagine what mom's opinion was.
The thing
man.
that she's a gangster, too. Don't mess with her.
Hey, man, she'll freaking chuck that chocolate like it's nobody's business, bro.
Like a tomahawk.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
But no,
Tell you guys anything.
I can understand that frustration from them.
And talk to my boys like that. Can't say anything.
But I could see the frustration and why they would be upset, because it's at some point as a fighter you feel like they're not recognizing you for your skill set as a fighter, and they're looking at you as a sellable product, which fighters are, but they're looking at it from a sexualized standpoint versus we're looking at the fighters. It's right up there with giving some dude who lost 2 fights in a row a title fight because it's entertaining. Get the fuck out of here. Who cares if it's entertaining, dude? Put on the ranked fights.
At the end of the day, man, it comes down to talent, bro. That's
Well,
just how there is
that
to
was
it.
not a talent decision at all. She didn't have fucking shit for talent. She got the fuck kicked out of her. So it's that's not for talent, dude.
When it comes to me and Stephanie in particular in this sport, like, we have been fighting and earning our spot, especially for respect in sport. When it comes to stuff like that, because we've seen this our entire career. Every gym we've gone to, there's always been some groupie trying to be a fighter and getting attention and getting extra work and getting this and getting ahead. Doing stuff like that, and we've always, mainly me, I've always spoken out about it. Stephanie hates it. She won't talk much about it, but I'll say things about it. And it's just like, and then that happens like this far along in our career after we've earned our spot, after we've earned the respect, after we've come this far, and to see that still happening, it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, it is crazy.
That's kind of
and
disappointing.
Of course I speak out about it. It was weird, man. It was really weird.
No, that is disappointing. I'm going to tell you a quick story, Zoila. Stephanie, remember when I went up to you and I said, hey, these guys are super fans. They're from Madeira. They want to meet you. Okay, you went down there. You took a picture with them. So the next thing they tell me is, say, hey, Rich, any way you can bring Zoila here? And this is what I said. I said, guys, Zoila has her fight face on, and she's not even fighting. It's probably not going to happen today. And I know exactly now why you were so focused and so structured that day, because you didn't like what was going on. But you're not the only one that stands alone. We noticed a lot of those things happening that night, and that kind of puzzled us, knowing that the talent needed to be displayed accordingly.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for that.
No, absolutely.
Sorry for getting a little crazy.
No, that's okay, but that's the real you. So now I know who's the real Mexican out of the two. We heard it right here, only on the Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass podcast.
We got our answers already.
Got our
Get
answer.
fired up.
And she tried to blame Stephanie. No way. No, I think it's a tie, man. I think it's a tie.
Gosh, she sounded pretty fucking fired up, dude.
I don't know. She did.
I mean, we come from the same parents. We grew up in the same place. No English.
Oh, man, that was a good time.
So, Have you guys started to transition to online class sessions? I've been seeing a lot of people doing that lately. A lot of instructors and fighters are switching to like tutorials and demos and stuff, and having a class but just doing it online, saying just practice at home. Watch the video, we'll walk you through it, practice at home. Have you guys started transitioning into any of that or incorporating any of that into your training sessions or anything like that?
Not yet. I mean, we have each other, so it's like the best training partners we can possibly have. But we haven't really. We've just been kind of doing our own workouts, trying to get situated, and then we'll figure something out. I think between the both of us, we know enough to learn from each other, and we can always go online and see what everybody else.
No, I meant more for the standpoint of like you guys offering classes, like
Oh.
That'd be something you guys should think about.
Yeah, no, definitely. But right now, it's like in the middle of tax season, so I am personally trying to help my mom, and that's like these days are really long. So it's like if I can get a workout in the morning and possibly in the middle of the day or at night, then I do. But other than that, like I'm working.
Number crunching all day.
Yeah, until like April, what is it, 16th or 17th?
Well, that got extended, didn't it? It got extended, I think.
Well, no, to if you owe, it got extended, but I mean, it's
filing date is still April 15th.
I gotta get used to
April.
I got mine back already. I was in there quick.
I know. Hey, you know what? Remember you gave me a solid last year? I appreciate that. I don't think I ever told you really thank you. I did, huh?
Oh, that's right. You did. Mom do your
the
taxes
11th hour, bro. Like, and she goes, "You're really asking me this?"
I remember that.
Like
she
a
was
man.
like, "It's like the day before. What do you want?"
Hey, but it worked out. I brought a chocolate cake over and everything. It worked, bro. It did. Mom's
like
beast, bro.
Days, she texted me, and my mom, and I was like, "Mom, like I have to tell you this. I know you're swamped, but Richard needs help." She's like, "Okay," and I'm like,
You're a saint, Mom. You're a saint.
No, I felt bad, bro, but I had to ask. Hey, I never went there, bro. I've never asked like anybody that I know, like, "Hey, do you think you can?" I felt bad, but shit, they wanted to charge me even more if I didn't go in time.
Man, so I just use like TurboTax and stuff because I'm lazy.
Oh, are you?
I'm lazy, and it's easy. It's quick and easy. I just get it done. I'm
like
done.
A cat.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, 100% like a fucking cat. That is not. I will never argue or deny anyone that says I have cat personality traits. Never, a million years.
That's okay, man.
I don't complain. The cats like me.
No, yeah, I got cats. Hey, speaking of cats, you guys got pets? Cats, dogs?
Yeah, we've had this conversation. I have a dog.
They don't like cats.
Oh, yes, we did. We did. My bad. I brought up some. See, Cole?
They don't like cats?
Yeah, no. Because she said last time I should have took the dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
taking your dog over?
No, it was a long conversation. Soft spot.
My own now.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, no, I have a dog of my own now, and then
Okay.
I have one now.
What's the name? What's the name of your dog?
Ruckus.
Oh, Ruckus?
That sounds about right for a fighter's dog's name. Ruckus? That's kind of cool.
His name is Crazy. That's what he really is.
I bet it's
He's
a
little
little
crazy.
dog. I bet it's a little dog.
He starts
What kind of dog is it?
the pit bull.
Oh, fuck that. Never mind.
Damn.
I was like, dude, with a name like Ruckus, it's probably a little guy too. Thinks he's bad shit. She's like, no, it's a pit bull.
It's pet
He's
bull,
a
man.
scary asshole. He really is. Like,
I
can't
bet
make
he's a
friends.
big baby.
He doesn't like people. He doesn't like guys. If you come close, he's like his hair, his mohawk will stand up. He'll start growling. I'm like, dude, I can't have friends, man. He doesn't like
That guy would come over. He'd waddle over to me, tail wagging.
Outside. Still
I ain't
crazy.
messing that dude.
Big old puppy.
No, hell no.
You should not ring our doorbell. Never ring our doorbell. Yeah.
Call first.
For like an hour.
Call first, gentlemen. Don't knock the doorbell.
Cole, go ring the doorbell.
Fuck that. Maybe if I'm working on my mile.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
man. He is scary. He's definitely scary. But he's loving too. He's kind of like his mom.
See, told you.
There
Loving,
you
but
are.
kind of scary.
Big cuddle.
There you are.
Don't
Big
go
cuddle
wrong
dog.
side.
Yeah. You gotta believe that.
Can be annoying, very active. Gets in your face, like, oh, what are you doing? Huh? What?
See? Super friendly dog. Just doesn't like dudes.
Yeah.
No. You know what you guys
Yeah.
need? You guys need like a surreal show. You need like a camera around you 24/7, man. I mean, I can just see it. It's so entertaining. Can you just imagine that?
The Zoilas.
The Zoilas, exactly.
Have a catchy little
but
ringtone and
see, the
everything.
dog will be part of the show too. So when they ring the doorbell, shit happens.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine that?
Episode 1, that dog would fucking bite
KP,
someone.
you can make that happen, can't you, KP?
Absolutely.
Hey, man, we'll get KP down there with a camera crew, everything. 3 days.
Nice.
Make it happen.
We've heard this before.
Well,
These
think I've
four?
heard
gonna
this.
have to keep us posted on what's coming next, even though
Exactly.
it might not be till June, July.
Yeah.
No, but how long are you going to be in Madeira?
How
tax
long
season?
is coronavirus going to be around? We have to go back to work. Yeah, so we have to go back to work, to the gym.
Until we get to, because
Until we get to.
I mean, like being with our family is really nice. Like making up all the lost time that we had to sacrifice.
So you're kind of posting up for a bit then.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
The frame's going like there's some kind of,
Basically, they're posting up for a bit, right?
yeah, I don't know.
So, gentlemen,
Hello?
Madeira,
Yeah, no, we're
Madeira
here.
gentlemen, she's going to be in Madeira for a while.
The screen, KP.
Just
Exactly.
throwing that out there. If you live in the Madeira, Chowchilla, Fresno area.
Exactly. When you go over, ring the doorbell.
Yeah.
Ring. Make sure.
Hit her up.
Ring
ask
the
to go to
doorbell.
mom's house, ring the doorbell, get your ass bit. It'll be awesome.
I can see that happening, man. I can see that happening. Zoila, so what do you got to say to all your followers? Okay.
Whoa.
There it
They
went.
must have lost signal.
We must have. We'll try it again. It's one of those shows
it's-
to
Have
do.
reached the voicemail box of
Oh, maybe her shit died.
It did, huh?
Or she's trying to call you back, one of the two.
One of the two. We'll see.
But no, yeah, it's just one of those days, bro.
Oh,
It's
can you
getting that
imagine
way.
being around them 24/7? There we go.
Oh, I imagine that would be like loads of laughs and awkward moments and all and
Did
all
you hang
kinds
up
of stuff.
or what?
Hello?
Hello?
No. I think it was you guys.
That was me.
Oh, it was me. I was about to say, can you imagine being around them 24/7, man?
I'm telling you, it could make for a good reality show.
It can. I like that.
You guys really should think about that while you're on
Free time.
fucking Guantanamo Bay lockdown with the rest of us. You guys should think about doing like that. Like get those little shoulder cameras or those chest ones. where
No,
it's like a
make
vest.
the tax. We'll call it tax season or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
Make it happen.
That would be an awesome reality show.
It would.
Just call it fucking tax season.
Tax season.
Holy shit, dude, that's gold.
Let's go do it.
But you have to
Okay,
have.
you know we got to follow you guys around now.
But you have to have like a tax
Call
store.
ring the doorbell. Call ring the doorbell.
No, it could be out of mom's house, but like the people come to mom's house to do
Yeah.
their taxes, and like homeboy's got a parrot on his shoulder, and he's like, "So can I claim my parrot as a dependent?" All kinds of goofy
Yeah,
shit, dude.
yeah.
He's like, he'd be like, "I kill people for money. Can I write off my gun as a work expense?" Just crazy off the wall shit, and it'll be called tax season.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a show. Fucking Pilgrim, get on that, dude.
Let's make it happen.
Telling you, I got the rights. I trademarked it, guys. Pilgrim, Scott
shit.
Pilgrim, write that. Let's put that shit
Who's
on
the
like
one who
Spike.
said that shit? Rewind that, KP. Only on the fighter's voice.
Intellectual property. Nice. No, that'd be cool though. I could see them doing that.
Can you?
Super.
And you know what? I can see them both stars, man. Make that happen.
Speaking of stars though, how do we get their fans in touch with them? How do we make them Frausto fans? Ladies.
What?
Why do I feel like I'm talking to a room full of stoners right now? What?
He wants to know how do we follow Stephanie Frausto? How do we get over to you? How do we follow you?
Oh, at Stefa_Nini. KNEE. KNEE.
At STEPHA underscore. You know how to spell me with a K? KNEE. Another underscore. No. Never mind. Just kidding.
There's only one.
That went so fucking left field,
She
dude.
doesn't follow me on Instagram. She doesn't know my.
Wow, that's like a cardinal sin. That's like a cardinal sin.
Okay, how do we follow Zoila?
You can't say macaquinha.
Wow.
Forget it.
She was talking Spanish, man.
No habla.
Hey, who does the better Spanish out of both of you?
My mom. My mom knows the best Spanish. I could sing in Spanish.
Oh yeah, let me hear you.
Oh, you want to hear me sing?
Como la flor. Ready?
Yeah. Pretty good. It's time to ring that doorbell.
Ah, let's go, man.
It is.
Well, we.
Now your turn. You sing now.
Yeah, good luck. Well, we do appreciate you guys coming on. I'm sorry there was a confusion as to where the studio was. They're up on.
If somebody would read their text, maybe.
I know, right? For girls, you think you'd read the text like that.
Did you send you a text? I got a text message. Weird. Your text messages. I just got a text from my sister saying we're going.
I do too. I really do. I don't text too much.
They might have not got it if she's just now getting one from her sister too.
Oh, it is
delayed.
crazy. You know what? There is delay.
The servers are probably super overworked.
It is delay.
But we do appreciate you guys giving us your time tonight.
No, I'm not gay.
Wow. Well, we do appreciate you guys giving us your time today, coming on, even though it was a call-in from the car. Those always make for interesting interviews.
Especially when they're right outside the studio, calling from the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even though they pulled up to the wrong one.
They're still in line at the drive-thru. Shit.
Quarantina. Wow.
Quarantina. Okay. See, and the cool part is, Cole, when I go do my taxes, you're coming with me, and I'm going to bring the whole freaking crew with me.
Just to see
I
what
am.
it's
I'm
like.
going to have KP come down there with the video camera. But
We'll
we're not
do
doing
that
my tax.
segment. We'll call it tax
We're
time.
not filming my taxes, but we're just going down there.
We'll call it tax time.
Tax time. There you go.
Tax time with the Fraustos.
Okay? Don't wait for the last.
I'm not waiting. No, that's not going to happen again, man. No. No way. Appreciate that. Well, listen, Go ahead. I'll wear the mask. Yeah, we got masks. Is that what you said?
Wash your hands with antibacterial soap for 20 seconds. Don't forget.
And actually, you know, when you wash them, you don't just wash the inside. You got to wash the top of them, too.
Since when? I'm just kidding. You don't wash this.
Ring that doorbell, Cole. Ring
All
that
right,
doorbell.
guys. Well, ladies, like I said, we appreciate you giving us our time today, guys. Let us know when you hear any news so we can add it to our fans and let them know what is up next for the Frausto sisters. As we always do look forward to watching you guys fight, dude. It's always action-packed when you guys fight. You always do put on a show, and we appreciate that. Not just from our stance, but just from a stance of the fans alone. I always know that people tell me, dude, those chicks always put on badass fights, and let us know because we do look forward to it. It might be a while. We get that, but please let us know when you guys got something coming up on that. Other than that, we appreciate you guys coming on tonight. It's always awesome having you guys on.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. So
All
much
right,
fun.
guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, guys. Bye. Be safe.
Drive safe.
Okay. You too. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Dude, we could talk to them forever. They're fun. Like they'll just make fun. Could you imagine being on a double date with them? That would be interesting. It would get interesting fast. All of a sudden you'd be like,
Yeah.
what just happened? Why are they stretching? Why?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Why are they warming up?
Somebody said something wrong.
Why are
is
they
she
warming up?
shadowboxing?
Yeah,
why is
they
she
warming
stretching?
up?
Dude,
Why is she stretching?
can I go get my car?
Yeah. Why did she ask you to ring the doorbell and you're here?
Yeah.
And they know you're here.
Go ring the doorbell.
Yeah.
Mikey, go on. She's like,
Hey, I can see that happening, though.
I'm telling you, tax season, bro.
It is.
That's the name of the show, tax season.
Tax season.
It'll be cool.
Very cool.
But other than that, man, I got nothing for you. UFC.
But you know what? I
UFC
like the
going on,
fact
there's
that
no MMA.
Zoila was given a platform and she let it go. I love it. Only on the Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass podcast.
I mean, it sucks that it's with an organization like that they've worked with this stuff, but sometimes you have to express yourself.
You got to.
Because what that does is it lets the fans know how you're feeling, and then the fans can support you in your next endeavor and all that kind of stuff. They all go hand in hand.
And you got to respect it, though.
Well, you do. You have to respect the fact that it's bothered her this long, and to a point to where she's like, fuck it.
Hey, but there was something that night, too. Because you could just see it on her face. I said, tonight's not going to happen.
Nah, she was not happy that night.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
Hey, but serious, Stephanie painted a Picasso that fight.
She did. She had all the right combos. She had the right range. She knew where she wanted to land it. She knew what she wanted to do. She dictated. And she's done that with her last couple fights. Both this chick and the last one didn't really have too many answers for her. She just kind of like picked her shots and was like, oh, I'm going to punch you now. Bam, bam, bam. And they weren't just like lazy, oh, I got lucky and landed. It was very calculated. Like she knew what she wanted to do. That's the mark of an improving fighter.
Absolutely. And don't forget to give her credit for those 2 inches.
Yeah, no, she's 5'2", guys.
5'2".
5'2". She whipped that ass, too.
5'2". So I was talking to KP, man, before you got here, and it looks like the future shows are going to be all Skype.
Oh, yeah, dude, Skype's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I'll have the call-in interview on my phone with me, Skype.
But the video feed will be...
Absolutely. KP's
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that.
That's the way to do it.
Interactive, visual interaction.
Absolutely, and we're going to continue to give the fans and the viewers exactly what they want. And I will say this honestly, man, I want to tell you how many people have reached out and want to express exactly what's going on. So there's going to be a lot of overflow, I would say, and just people just going off or just people with concerns. And there's been some decent names, to be honest with you.
Let them express themselves.
Yeah.
That's what our platform is for.
Exactly, no matter what happens.
Give a voice an audience.
Yeah. I was going to say a joke, but it's probably not too funny right now. And I'll just leave it alone. Hey, they were funny, though. But see, that shit's real.
No, yeah. Well, I've known Zoila for a long, long time. She's always been like that. Like, she's just one of the guys. That's it. She's funny. One of the guys. She'll bust your balls.
She has her sister's back.
Yeah, no. Like, that's why I was like, "Are you sure you're not managing her?" Like, I was
thinking that ahead of time too. That's why
very fired up. And I could imagine the takeaway they took from that night of finding out that your fight that you were expected to be kind of up here has been moved in what is. And I'm not saying at all this is what happened. I'm just saying from their perspective, this is how they felt slighted. Well, and I can understand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the facts. I just know what was reported by a fighter. This is the platform. These are the tough questions we ask and the fair questions we ask. And they're given the opportunity and they speak.
If you're standing over a body with a smoking gun, I mean, chances are you shot that motherfucker. So I'm just saying, from my experience, from the business perspective, I can understand it and appreciate it. But at the same time, I could see, you roll those dice, but you're okay. So, like, for example, when we had Dyer on, we made sure to have Jans on. We didn't just pick one, because what that does is it gives us perspective.
Actually, he confirmed to coming back on the show.
Okay, well, Jans conceded. So Dyer won, basically. Yeah, which I kind of figure he might anyway. But anyway, that's a different political topic altogether. But the point is, they roll that dice a little bit with when you move a fighter to a position for what is perceived as a specific reason, even if it's not that reason. Dude, you read my
freaking mind, dude.
Exactly.
You really did.
It's a dice roll.
It didn't pay off because someone got knocked the fuck out.
It didn't, because A, she lost, and B, it looks like you've gone and pissed off two of your most valuable area marketable fighters who are actually really key market fighters in the whole demographic that you're targeting. Like, you're targeting a Hispanic market, and these are two female Hispanic
I'm a supporter of the two, not only because they're from Madero. I mean, flat out, they can fight at the world class level.
That's what I'm saying. Is that you're getting so much out of that fighter. And this, even if I don't know the Frausto, this just has to do with the fact that you have a Mexican female fighter who is also a good fighter, and she's marketable. She might not be marketable in the sense of what they were looking for out of that particular fighter, but these are two different fighters. She's just as marketable in her own right. Like, she has just as much to market. Like, she if she wanted to go that route, she could. Yeah. If either one of them wanted to go that route, they could, and they'd have no problem. So it's not that they can't, it's that they're choosing to go on the merit of their ability. And
they're thinking of winning, not showing off.
Exactly, and that's where they're kind of they're feeling slighted in that sense, because that was a very obvious, we're moving this person for a reason.
As if to say, I worked very hard to get here, as opposed to, you got a right here?
Exactly. So I can understand that feeling of slightness, but like I said, that's the organization's call. That's their business. They can do what they want for what they feel their bottom line is. But at the same time, it feels like you're pissing off two of your very marketable, very profitable fighters.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is just if I was looking at it from any organization. But this one's a little more specific because they fit into the very, very specific niche demographic that you're targeting.
I'm still waiting to see them both on the same card, both excel and both entertain the crowd with their talents and their skill set.
I've said it before, and I've said it 1,000 times, dude. You could put Pretty on TV like that all you want, but it doesn't pay off in the long run. You don't build a fan base following out of that, because that's a flash in the bucket. You have there's no skill base there. It's like, realistically, if she was super hot and she had a winning record and blah blah, cool. You got the fucking unicorn on that one. Yeah. But she's not. So you're marketing her off of an angle that it's like, and then she loses on top of it.
How much of a weight difference is that? Because I was already thinking I think the other girl's a little heavier.
I was gonna say, I imagine she's got to cut a little more weight than normal. Those have to weigh a couple pounds each.
No, I'm talking about the one that got beat in her and Frausto.
There's a massive weight difference.
Now that wouldn't even be fair.
Massive weight. That's
it wouldn't even be fair.
She's at what?
I'm talking about the skill level. It wouldn't even be fair.
Oh, the skill level would probably be made up for in the weight class difference.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wouldn't even be fair.
Instantly.
Wouldn't be fair.
That's why that'd
Go ring that doorbell.
That'd be an interesting fight.
Go ring that doorbell.
Maybe they could ask for that fight.
I was going to say that.
Maybe they could ask for that fight. Ask for that fight, Steph. Maybe they could ask for that fight.
No, I'm not talking about Steph.
Well, she's the one that got moved. Zoila will go in there and just destroy her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
so I said it wouldn't be fair.
Well, I was thinking Stephanie to go in there and feel her
vengeance
over feeling slighted. Be like, you know what? I want to get a fight with you then. Since they want to put you up on the main card, cool. If that's how I get on the main card, cool. I want to fight you then. But that's how it's becoming in some of the markets, like the Romero fight, which ended up being boring as fuck.
Oh man, I don't
entertaining my ass, man. We're entertaining my ass, you guys. Stop
entertaining. It. No, that was a disappointment.
It was beyond a disappointment. We were all of us who said 2-fight losing streak.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You can't say it's an entertaining fight and then have a fight like that.
Bro, it's been taking a hit.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Definitely.
The all I can say now is the Cejudo Aldo fight better be exciting as fuck.
I think it will for as long as it lasts.
It better be.
For as long as it lasts.
That thing will go 2 rounds at least, maybe all 3. It'll probably end up in a decision.
Yeah.
But I don't see a decision going Henry's way in Brazil.
Yeah.
If that fight stays in Brazil and it's even close, dude, they'll give it to Aldo.
Yeah.
It's Brazil.
Is it? Hey, I want to give a shout out real quick, and I almost forgot in the show. Let me see. What's this? This kid was a guest on the show, man. And, things haven't been going his way. Reason being is because he had to cancel his birthday.
Oh, bummer.
And that's Izzy, my man Izzy.
Oh.
He was on the show, and he had to cancel his birthday, man. I mean, me and you are okay. We can cancel our birthday. You know what I mean?
I like my
But when you
man.
got a kid, hey, Rich, I've been watching the podcast. Super good. Cool. Hey, Izzy, happy birthday, my man. I know it's scheduled for this Saturday. On behalf of the Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass podcast, and our prayers go to the family of the kid that was hit by the car and to the child himself. And I know you're taking it very hard as a friend of yours, but you know what? You got a super mom and a super dad. They stand behind you, and your party, once it's rescheduled, me and Cole will be there. I know it's in Stockton. We'll do our best to. No, I just said we'll be there, huh? Damn. I'll be there. I'll pull Cole's ass with me. We'll make sure we're there too, man. And we're hitting the piñata and everything. We'll make it happen. And you can shadow box a little bit, and Cole will break you down a little bit and fix your feet just a tad. But seriously.
When is this?
I mean, when this virus shit goes away.
Oh,
man.
okay. I was like, if you're gonna spit out like a next week thing, I'm
no.
Well,
I'll tell you what, if they make some carne asada or chicken mole, I'll probably head down there and make that happen, man. But not Izzy Bones, my man. I mean, serious. His birthday coming up this Saturday.
That sucks.
Yeah,
it's kind of a bummer for anybody right now.
And we got to have, it is. And we got to have him back on the show. Once this little smoke, goes away, we're going to have him definitely back on the show.
Nice.
Man. I mean, the guy's entertaining. He's promising young fighter, amateur boxer.
Good.
And also Joe Valero from work, man. I appreciate you tuning in, man. You didn't think it was happening like this, huh? You just didn't know, my man, and now you know. So, anything you want to say, man, before we leave the studio, before we get in this lockdown before midnight?
I got nothing. There's no UFC. There's no MMA. There's nothing. It's fucking sad. It's sad, but it's necessary. Like to an extent. Don't fucking wig out on me, internet. To an extent, it's necessary. Like I was explaining to you earlier, you get a forest fire going on, and it gets out of control. What do? Oh, just pour water in. No, they don't. They go down the road, they burn a fire line, and they cut off the fucking supply. And the fire rages, and then it hits a point, and then it stops, and it burns everything, and it burns, but it stops. It doesn't burn anymore, the forest. So I've seen all these people freaking out about all this stuff, and yeah, I can understand freak a little because it's a scary scenario. So you could be scared. It's a scary scenario, but that doesn't mean wig out and like panic because every time it's like a new city said this, a new city said that. Yeah, dude, they're all gonna go probably on fucking lockdown. They're cutting the fire line. Okay, the fire is consumed most of the forest, or it's going to, at the rate it's going, kind of thing. And I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that's why they do it. These are precautionary measures, and everybody keeps freaking out about the next step in the plan.
I just don't care when people post dumb shit.
When you
post things to educate us and to be aware as precaution, I'm all for it. But when you want to start posting stuff that happened on Black Friday or like stuff 5 years ago, water, or just somebody
it's stupid, man.
No, don't do that. Don't egg it on because you're throwing freaking gasoline on the fire.
You're throwing gasoline on a fire. Like okay, if you're going to share something, especially right now, you should do this all the time, but if you're going to share something on social media right now that pertains to anything even remotely close to what's going on, read the article yourself first. Look at the goddamn date on the article, you fucktard. If you're posting something from 2015 about Walmart stores going out of business, you're scaring fucking people, dude, unnecessarily. You're scaring people for no reason other than you want to share something of your own ignorance without opening the article and reading it because you just want to share it. Just open it and read it first. If it's not today's date, then you shouldn't even be considering the article. That is where you should start. And that's where so many people are pissing me off, dude. I'll post shit all day. I'll post all day. I get up in the morning. It's like, fucking post this, me and that. But at the same time, it's like, dude,
I like the
open the article and read it. And if it's like years old, why are you sharing it?
Did you say read it or weed it?
Read it.
Oh, I say you can do it both.
It's just, people just be sharing shit that's years old,
said it,
dude.
weed it.
I mean, they were doing the same thing when the Iran incident was going on. We have that problem with Iran where it was looking like we were going to go fucking nuclear with them. Yeah. People are sharing stuff like, 10 Marines died in a helicopter crash today. It's like, dude, that article's 5 fucking years old. Yeah, and they're just shit posting.
No, well, actually, they did that when Kobe, unfortunately, that accident happened.
That's what it was. They were just shit posting. It's like, dude, what are you doing? That's fucking years old.
That's stupid, man.
And the worst was when they were trying to say, other things ignored today. It's like, dude, you're fucking dumb. That happened years ago. Look at you trying to make a big old stance on something, and you didn't even take the time to read the goddamn date on the article?
Exactly.
You fucktard. I'm sorry.
No, serious.
That was my rant for the day, guys.
I agree with you on that one.
It's confusing, dude. Like, it takes 5 seconds, and you don't have to agree with it.
And I love our Marines. My nephew's a Marine. Hoorah.
Right? And that's sad when you see that, but at the same time, it's like, dude, that was years ago. Why are you doing, other than to just post it just to feel like you're part of the conversation, or you just want people to look at it? It's like, what, dude? You look even dumber when you post stuff that's super old. I'll give my opinion all day. You tell me my opinion's wrong. I welcome it because I might be. But when it comes to things like
don't alarm people that are already alarmed.
Yeah.
Don't ring their doorbell when they already heard you knock.
Exactly. It's stupid. Everybody's aware of what's going on. Sure, there's differing opinions on how fast it is, how bad it is, how it's recovering, all these different opinions.
And there's a line, don't cross it, especially now. But I really don't.
And people are like,
that's where I'm at.
People are panicking, like they see, take Newsom, for example. You throw out the word martial at all, people fucking lose their shit. Well, it hasn't happened in forever, so I get it. It's a scary concept, but if you're still out there going, they got me fucked up, I'm going to go outside, no government can tell me when I can and can't go outside. You fucktard, you're the reason that we're looking at martial law potentially, because you're not staying your ass home or away from other people. And what's going to happen is you're going to help lead to it spreading, because for every one of you, there's 10 more. And for every 10, there's 100. And then there's 1,000. So you get 1,000 fucktards like you going, government can't tell me to stay inside. Dude, stop it. You're the fucking reason we're going to get martial law.
There's a time and a place.
Yeah, pick something else to draw your line in the sand about, dude.
Exactly. I mean, that goes on. I mean, I can give you example. I'll give you an example that upsets me. I'm in Las Vegas, man. We got some fighters that are going to come out. People want to get their pictures, take pictures of them. Yeah, dark Vegas.
Fucking place is dark.
And then
right
you got
now.
this dude. You got a couple of dudes with backpacks, pulling out freaking boxing gloves, shorts, and you know what they have? The balls to tell a fighter, can you please make sure you sign it perfect? I said, are you freaking kidding me? I remember Tommy Hearns just kind of go over there.
I just be like, could you please sign this? You're awesome. Like,
I mean, if you bring him an old glove and it says, can you sign it to my son, little Jimmy or something? I can see that.
That's asking for a signature for someone.
Yes. And they're not going to sell it. They're going to hold on to it. They're going to cherish it. When it's a brand new glove and you're telling Julio Cesar Chavez to sign it perfectly in Spanish, and then you got gloves, shorts, and I'm like, come on, man, leave these dudes alone. No wonder you're the way you are. Yeah. They don't want to be bombarded, but they just want to get to the room, wash up, and go do what they got to do.
Yeah,
so that's my little.
It all boils down. You can sum up this entire thing with one word: entitlement.
Yeah. You know what I didn't say? Okay, before we go, a congratulations to our man behind the camera, KP who will be featured in a feature film. My man trying to be all humble and whatnot.
Spicy, sexy Asian.
Spicy, sexy. See, but what he didn't tell everybody, I didn't know it was a damn adult film. I'm like, get on down. It doesn't matter. KP's making it happen.
KP with that thing.
You see that? No,
straight to DVD.
He's in a feature film, man. I like it.
Yeah, no, I saw that, dude.
That's
he landed that role.
I got goosebumps and stuff.
No, it's great. I like it because he's got like...
He
There's
never
so many
says
pies he's
nothing.
got
He
going
doesn't post and all this stuff. He's just out there grinding.
Yeah, well, like the only way I found out is when he finally landed it.
Yeah,
then
exactly.
he was like, "Hey, I've been wanting to announce."
I know, like when someone gets a new car, oh yeah, and then I'm gonna get those rims right there. I'm gonna get it painted metal flake, cherry orange. I'm like, okay.
It's like, bro,
I'm
you
gonna
don't
put a
even clear for the
system in it.
credit yet.
I'm like, oh man, come on.
You get the car first, bro. Your credit score is disagreeing with all
bro,
those plans.
Bro, you're driving a Corvette and you got a mortgage. I mean, come on, man. Really? How you gonna fit all 5 kids in there?
Right?
Come on.
You better have a duffel bag outside.
Oh man, enough said. Got to bring some humor, man. I know we got to go and stuff, but we got to bring some
find light
humor.
in the scenario. I mean, like I said, man, people survive for hundreds of years without electronics and all that stuff. So just take the advantage, spend time with your family. I guarantee if you have conversations, you're going to learn more about your kids and your family than you thought you knew before. And just write it out, man. Just take the precautions, be smart, write it out. And people are just so mad about, like, they feel like they're being told to do something, like Uncle Sam's telling you. No, bro, they're just outlining a very simple plan of, here's how we feel on an educated level that this is the best way to stop this as a problem. Let's just all get on the same page and do it, and we avoid it getting any worse.
Exactly. And you know what? We're so blessed with Cole is we get to do this again next week.
Yeah, we will. We
do.
Preventing the earthquakes don't cut California off from everybody else that have been going on. We have 2 in the last 3 days too. On top of that,
something like that.
Utah had one, and then Northern Cal had one.
Oh, we got a bunch of reruns, man.
Yeah, no, man,
definitely.
We'll be floating on
our screen went blank.
West Coast, so
yeah, we will.
But we'll be here next week, guys. So make sure you tune in, support. Like, you're gonna have a lot of time on your hands. It's gonna be interesting for creative content as far as what we usually cover.
Well, I like just releasing some steam, man. I mean, that's been it. Last night we had Lukey is on there, and he's going through some personal matters, and he shared it with the viewers, the fans, and the followers, man. And it had to be shared. It was like a relief for him. It was like a serenity for him, and like
vocal release.
Yeah. I mean, Maydad too, and with his close friend of Roger Mayweather and the Frausto sisters, man. And even though I said their mom's last name was Frausto, I knew it didn't sound right coming out too. Because I was thinking, no, it just didn't come right. Watch, they're gonna give me when I go in there. And I'm not going to call in late. But no, hey, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget, subscribe to watch live. That's www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. That's www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. Every fighter has a voice, and so do you. It's a wrap in Fresno, California. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week.
Remember,
It's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, Cole ESCOVEDO, the special guests, and all the crew right here at the Kick-Ass Podcast, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.